Meet James, a young and talented man with big dreams. Born and raised in a single-parent home, he faced numerous challenges growing up.
James was multi-talented, excelling in both music and sports, but his heart belonged to the music industry, where he saw his future.
He took a leap of faith and pursued his dreams, determined to make it big and change his family's life forever.
But sometimes, the wrong influences can lead us astray. James remembers his promise to his family to rise above the noise and take them out of the hood. With renewed determination, James rediscovers his passion for music, using it as a tool to overcome his past and inspire others. Through his music, James finds his voice, inspiring others to rise above their circumstances and chase their dreams. James fulfills his promise, taking his family out of the hood and into a brighter future. James's journey reminds us that no matter where we come from, with determination and the right choices, we can rise above the noise and create our own destiny.
Title: Rise Above the Noise PT. 2 Inches introduce James, a young black man with hidden talents and big dreams. He moves to a new city, inspired by the prospect of success, fame, and fortune. As he starts pursuing his passion for music, dance, and boxing, he becomes known for his skills and gains some popularity in the local scene. As James faces setbacks and rejections in his pursuits, he begins to doubt himself and starts losing confidence in his abilities. To cope with the stress of failure, James starts indulging in drugs, smoking, and partying with his old friends from his past, who aren't supportive of his dreams. His reliance on these vices intensifies, and it starts affecting his relationships, both personal and professional. Despite his struggles, James doesn't give up entirely on his dreams. He occasionally revisits his passion for music and dance, finding solace in them. James meets the young lady, who becomes intrigued by his confidence and ambition, reminding him of his initial determination. As they get closer, James finds inspiration from the young lady's determination to pursue her dreams as a single parent and her passion for becoming a fashion designer. The young lady encourages James to rise above his past mistakes and rediscover his true potential. With renewed motivation, James gradually starts distancing himself from his old lifestyle and friends, choosing a healthier path for himself. He reconnects with his passion for music, dance, and boxing, striving to build a better future for himself and his children. Together, James and the young lady support and uplift each other as they work towards their dreams, understanding that their backgrounds may be different, but their ambitions are aligned. A beautiful connection. The cozy cafe is softly lit with a warm ambience. James and the young lady, Michelle, sit across from each other at a small table, engaged in a deep conversation. They are both smiling, their eyes locked with an unspoken understanding.
You know, Michelle, ever since we started talking, I feel like I've known you my whole life. There's something so familiar about you.
I feel the same way, James. It's like our souls are connected on some level and I can't explain it.
They continue talking, sharing their dreams, aspirations, and the challenges they've faced along the way. As they speak, they become more and more captivated by each other's stories.
I used to be so sure of myself, but life threw me some curveballs, and I lost sight of who I truly am.
I understand. Life can be tough, but it's those struggles that shape us into who we are. And I see so much potential in you, James.
James gazes at Michelle, his heart touched by her genuine belief in him. They lean closer, their faces inches apart, feeling an electrifying energy between them.
You make me want to be better, Michelle. Your passion, your determination, it's contagious.
And you inspire me too, James. Your talent, your courage to keep going despite the obstacles. It's incredible.
They both smile, their connection deepening with each passing moment. In an impulsive yet tender moment, they lean in and kiss. The world around them fades away, and they embrace each other tightly. The kiss sends a rush of electric chills through their bodies, and they hold each other even closer, savoring the magical moment. The cafe patrons around them seem to vanish, leaving only the two of them wrapped up in their feelings for each other. Scene: A Year Apart, Reunion Part 1. Evening. A year has passed since the electrifying kiss between James and Michelle. The apartment is dimly lit, reflecting the somber mood. James sits on the couch looking weary and lost, surrounded by empty bottles and scattered papers.
What happened to me? I let everything slip away.
Michelle's apartment. Evening. In Michelle's apartment, a similar sense of melancholy fills the air. She sits by the window, looking out into the city, lost in thought. The passion for her dreams still burns within her, but she can't shake the feeling of emptiness.
I miss him. I wonder if he's okay.
City Park. Day 1. Sunny day, fate brings James and Michelle back to the same city park where they first met. Unaware of each other's presence, they wander around, lost in their own thoughts. James spots Michelle from afar, a wave of emotions washing over him. He hesitates for a moment before mustering the courage to approach her.
Michelle.
Michelle turns, startled by the familiar voice. Her eyes meet James, and a mix of surprise and relief washes over her.
James, I've missed you so much.
They embrace each other, their hug filled with both longing and comfort. It's evident that the year of separation has taken a toll on both of them.
I'm so sorry, Michelle, for everything. I lost myself, lost sight of my dreams, and I lost you.
I missed the person you were when we met, the one who was ambitious, passionate, and full of life. But I never stopped believing in you.
As they continue talking, they open up about the struggles they faced during the year apart. Michelle reveals how she faced challenges with her fashion designing dreams and balancing single parenthood.
I want to change, Michelle. I want to be the person you saw in me. Let's start over together.
I'd like that, James. But we both need to work on ourselves to grow and find our passions again. Let's support each other through this journey.
The scene ends on a hopeful note, as James and Michelle decide to give their connection another chance. They leave the park, hand in hand, with a renewed determination to rebuild their lives and dreams, supporting each other every step of the way. As they walk away, the camera pans out, capturing the city's bustling energy, symbolizing the possibilities that lie ahead for James and Michelle as they face the future together. The scene leaves room for character development and exploration of the challenges James and Michelle experienced during their separation. It emphasizes their willingness to work on themselves individually while rekindling their connection. But things took a drastic turn. Not everything is perfect. Scene 2, Seeking Advice, Misunderstanding. Michelle sits nervously on the couch, clutching a notepad and pen in her hands. Her friend Lisa and her sister Jessica sit across from her. The room is cozy, but there's tension in the air.
Guys, I need your advice on something important.
Sure, what's up?
Yeah, spill it.
Michelle takes a deep breath before opening up about her relationship with James, leaving out the details of their past connection and the electrifying kiss.
James and I have been getting closer again. He's been through a lot, and I want to support him on his journey to get back on track.
Okay, but why do you care so much about his problems?
Yeah, Michelle, it sounds like you're taking on too much. You have your own dreams to focus on.
It's not about taking on his problems. I just see potential in him, and I believe in his talent. I care about him as a person.
Well, be careful. You don't want to get too involved and end up getting hurt.
Michelle's frustration grows as her friend and her sister seem to misunderstand her intentions.
You guys don't get it. This isn't just about a romantic relationship. It's about supporting someone I care about, someone who inspires me to pursue my dreams too.
Jessica rolls her eyes.
Seriously, Michelle, it's just a guy. Focus on your fashion designing and your daughter. That's what really matters. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
First of all, I very much take care of my child, and she is always and will be good no matter what I go through. Look at my child YouTube. I gave her the approval to create content of video games. You guys don't get it. This isn't just about a romantic relationship. It's about supporting someone I care about, someone who inspires me to pursue my dreams too. It's not only James I've seen more of. I do this with everybody because I've seen potential in people. If this were any of the past men in my life I told y'all about, you wouldn't say none of this. And y'all know these past dudes wasn't good for me. Just look when I asked for support from y'all. I made you, Lisa, a custom shirt, and I even gave it to you for free. I was also reminding you to get on the right path. You rejected that, and I supported you emotional and on a business standpoint for yourself. And I am appalled at my own sister will think of me this way. I thought you both would understand. This is about more than just a guy. It's about believing in someone's potential and offering support, like true friends and family should do.
Michelle, we're just looking out for you. We care about you too, you know?
Yeah, we don't want to see you get hurt.
Michelle nods, realizing that despite their lack of understanding, they do care for her in their own way.
I know you do, and I appreciate that. But I need to follow my heart and do what feels right for me.
She gives them a weak smile before excusing herself from the room, leaving Lisa and Jessica reflecting on their conversation.
Do you think we were too harsh?
Maybe, but I still don't get why she's so invested in this guy.
Maybe there's more to their connection than she's letting on. We should try to understand her perspective better.
The scene ends with Lisa and Jessica contemplating their conversation with Michelle, realizing that they need to be more supportive and empathetic towards her feelings and choices. The scene showcases the misunderstanding and different perspectives between Michelle and her friend's sister, adding depth to the characters and highlighting the importance of communication and empathy in relationships. Emotional confrontation. Michelle paces back and forth in her living room, clutching her phone tightly in her hand. She takes a deep breath and dials James's number, hoping for a comforting conversation.
Hey, Michelle, what's up?
Hey, James. I was just wondering how you've been.
Oh, you know, same old. Just been busy with work and stuff.
Michelle senses something is off in James's tone, but she brushes it off, trying to keep the conversation light.
That's good. I've been keeping busy too with my fashion designs. Actually, I wanted to show you some of my latest sketches.
Sure, maybe sometime. I'll let you know.
Michelle's frustration starts to build as James seems disinterested. She takes a deep breath, trying to stay composed.
James, is something bothering you? You seem distant.
Nah, I'm fine. Just busy, like I said.
It feels like you're not being honest with me. We used to be so close, and now you're just breadcrumbing me.
Michelle, come on. It's not like that.
Michelle's emotions get the better of her, and she raises her voice, feeling hurt and frustrated.
I can't handle this push and pull anymore, James. I care about you, and I thought you cared about me too, but you're acting so distant.
You're overreacting. It's not that serious.
Not serious. I've cut off people from my past, people who hurt me, and I thought I could rely on you. But you're acting like it doesn't matter.
You're being crazy right now. I have my own problems to deal with.
Michelle's eyes well up with tears as she struggles to control her emotions.
I deserve better than this, James. If you can't see that, then maybe we shouldn't be talking at all.
There's a tense silence as Michelle waits for a response from James, but all she hears is his cold indifference.
I can't do this anymore. Goodbye, James.
Michelle ends the call, feeling heartbroken and betrayed. She takes a moment to compose herself before wiping away her tears, determined to focus on her own growth and well-being. The scene ends with Michelle standing strong, having made a difficult decision for her own self-worth and emotional health. The scene depicts an emotionally charged confrontation between Michelle and James, highlighting the importance of communication and honesty in relationships. It also portrays Michelle's strength in recognizing her worth and making tough decisions for her own well-being. Michelle's journey of self-discovery. The living room is filled with a soft morning glow as Michelle sits on a cozy armchair, surrounded by books, journals, and spiritual artifacts. But the main was the Bible. Her daughter, Emma, plays with her toys nearby, and there's a sense of peace and tranquility in the air. Michelle is engrossed in a book about self-discovery and personal growth. She takes a moment to close her eyes and breathe deeply, centering herself in the present moment. City Park. Michelle and Emma stroll hand in hand through a beautiful city park. Michelle's eyes sparkle with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose.
Emma, do you see those butterflies over there? They remind me of transformation and growth.
Mommy, look at the flowers. They're so pretty.
Michelle bends down to Emma's eye level, feeling grateful for the simple joys her daughter brings.
You're right. Nature is truly amazing.
Yoga studio. Evening. Michelle attends a yoga class, surrounded by like-minded individuals seeking inner peace and harmony. She moves gracefully through the poses, feeling a sense of alignment with her mind, body, and soul. Michelle apartment. Night. Back at her apartment, Michelle sits on a yoga mat in meditation. The room is lit with candles, creating a serene atmosphere. Her focus is unwavering as she delves deep into self-reflection. Michelle's spiritual journey has allowed her to embrace her true self, unearthing the strength and resilience within her. Charity event. Day. Michelle volunteers at a local charity event, assisting those in need. Her compassion and genuine desire to help others shine brightly.
Thank you for everything you're doing. Your kindness means the world to me.
It's my pleasure. We all have the power to make a difference in each other's lives.
Art studio. Afternoon. In her free time, Michelle dedicates herself to her passion for fashion designing. She sketches intricate designs with a newfound sense of purpose and creativity. Her journey of self-discovery has unlocked her artistic potential, and she feels more connected to her dreams than ever before. Meditation retreat. Night. Michelle attends a meditation retreat, surrounded by like-minded souls on their own spiritual journeys. She finds solace in the silence, allowing her thoughts to settle and her spirit to soar. Beach. Sunset. Michelle and Emma stand hand in hand on a peaceful beach, watching the sun slowly dip below the horizon. Michelle's eyes are filled with a sense of gratitude and contentment.
Thank you, Emma. You've been my guiding light through this beautiful journey of self-discovery.
I love you, Mommy. I'm so glad you're happy.
Michelle kneels down and embraces Emma, tears of joy welling up in her eyes.
I love you too, my sweet girl, and I'm grateful for the love and support you've given me on this path.
The scene ends on a heartwarming note, symbolizing Michelle's transformation and growth through her journey of self-discovery. She has found a sense of stability, taking care of her mental, physical, and spiritual well-being, and is now ready to embrace life with a newfound sense of purpose and inner peace. The scene portrays Michelle's transformation as she embarks on her journey of self-discovery, focusing on her spiritual growth, personal well-being, and her role as a loving mother to Emma. The scenes showcase her newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment in life, bringing a positive and uplifting tone to her character arc. James's dark night of the soul. James's apartment. Night. The apartment is dimly lit, reflecting James's inner turmoil. He sits alone on the couch, a troubled expression on his face. The room feels heavy with emotions as James grapples with his thoughts.
What am I doing with my life? Why do I keep making the same mistakes?
His mind races with self-doubt and confusion. He starts questioning his choices, feeling lost and overwhelmed. Boxing gym. Day. In the boxing gym, James throws punches with intense ferocity. Sweat drips down his face as he releases his pent-up frustrations.
Keep going, James. Channel that energy.
Despite the physical exertion, James's mind remains troubled. He starts questioning his dreams and talents, wondering if they're enough to overcome the obstacles he faces. Music studio. Evening. In the music studio, James stands in front of a microphone, lyrics scattered across the floor. He tries to write a song but finds himself struggling to express his emotions coherently.
I used to have so much to say. Now it all feels empty.
James' apartment. Night. Back in his apartment, James sits on the floor, surrounded by memories of his past successes. He wonders if he's capable of recapturing those moments, or if they were just fleeting glimpses of something he'll never achieve again.
Is this all there is for me? Is this all I'm meant to be?
The weight of uncertainty presses upon him, leaving him feeling defeated and vulnerable. Cafe. Day. James sits alone in a cafe, sipping his coffee as he observes the world around him. He sees people going about their lives, seemingly purposeful and content. He starts to question the path he's been on, wondering if he's been chasing the wrong things.
What do I really want? What am I even fighting for?
His mind is a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions, pushing him to confront his true desires and purpose. Spiritual center. Day. In search of answers, James attends a spiritual gathering. He listens to the speaker, hoping to find some clarity and solace in the teachings.
In the darkest moments, we find the light within ourselves. It's a journey of self-discovery and healing.
James's apartment. Night. Back in his apartment, James sits cross-legged on the floor, attempting to meditate. He breathes deeply, trying to quiet the chaos within. In the stillness, he starts to glimpse a glimmer of hope. The realization that this dark night of the soul is a necessary step on his journey of self-discovery and growth.
I need to confront my demons and find my true path. Only then can I rise above this darkness.
With newfound determination, James embraces the uncertainty ahead, understanding that questioning is the first step towards finding his true self and purpose. The scene ends on a contemplative note, symbolizing James's willingness to face his inner turmoil and embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery. The scene delves into James's inner struggles and his process of questioning his life's direction. It emphasizes the importance of self-reflection and spiritual growth during difficult times, setting the stage for James's path to finding clarity and purpose. Rise above the noise. Part 7. Michelle's moment of reflection and doubt. Michelle's apartment. Bedroom. Night. Michelle sits cross-legged on her bed, a soft glow from the moonlight filling the room. In her hands, she holds a photo of her and James, their smiles frozen in time.
Was he just a lesson in my life, or is there something deeper between us?
Doubt gnaws at Michelle's heart as she contemplates the significance of her connection with James. She looks up to the ceiling, seeking answers from a higher power.
God, I'm so confused. Please show me the way.
Park. Day. The next day, Michelle takes a walk in the park, seeking clarity amidst nature's tranquility. As she strolls, she notices a pair of butterflies gracefully dancing in the air, twirling together in a mesmerizing dance.
Twin flames.
The sight of the butterflies reminds her of the signs she's been noticing. She recalls the synchronicities, the sense of familiarity, and the moments of connection with James. Spiritual Center. Afternoon. Seeking further guidance, Michelle attends a spiritual seminar. The speaker shares stories of twin flames, soul connections, and the transformative power of deep relationships.
Twin flames are brought together to inspire growth and healing, even if the journey is challenging.
Michelle listens intently, her heart racing as she relates to the speaker's words. She starts to recognize the lessons she learned from her time with James and how it triggered her own growth and self-awareness. Beach. Sunset. At the beach during sunset, Michelle gazes at the horizon, deep in thought. The waves crashing against the shore symbolize the ebb and flow of her emotions.
I felt a connection like I've never experienced before. But can I trust it? Is it really a twin flame or just wishful thinking?
She struggles with her doubts, wanting to believe in the signs she received, but fearing it may lead her down a path of heartache. Michelle's apartment. Night. Back in her apartment, Michelle sits in meditation, seeking solace and answers within herself. She takes deep breaths, allowing the noise in her mind to quiet. In the stillness, a sense of calm washes over her. A feeling of inner knowing starts to emerge, nudging her toward the truth.
Maybe it doesn't matter if he was a lesson or my twin flame. What matters is what I've learned and how I've grown.
Michelle realizes that the true significance of her connection with James lies not solely in the label, but in the profound impact it had on her life and her own journey of self-discovery. The scene depicts Michelle's moments of doubt and her quest for answers regarding her connection with James. It highlights the power of seeking guidance from a higher power and finding solace in nature and spiritual insights. Ultimately, Michelle comes to recognize the importance of her personal growth and learns to embrace the lessons, regardless of the nature of her relationship with James. Michelle's decision to move forward. Michelle sits on her couch, deep in thought. The glow of the city lights filters through the window, casting a soft ambiance in the room. She looks at her phone, contemplating whether to respond to James's recent revelation.
I can't let myself get swept away again. I need to focus on my own path.
Coffee shop. Day. Michelle sits at a coffee shop, sipping her latte. Across the room, she notices the new interest, exchanging friendly glances. Her heart flutters, but she keeps her emotions in check.
Refill, ma'am?
Yes, please.
As she watches the new interest from a distance, she contemplates her past relationships and the lessons she's learned. Michelle's apartment. Bedroom. Night. Back in her bedroom, Michelle sits on her bed, surrounded by journals and self-help books. She picks up one of the books, flipping through its pages, seeking guidance.
I need to stay true to myself. I can't let the past define my future.
She remembers the times she let herself fall too quickly, losing sight of her own dreams and aspirations in the process. Park day. Michelle takes a stroll in the park, seeking solace in nature. The gentle rustling of leaves and the calming presence of the trees soothe her soul.
I won't rush into anything. I need to focus on my own growth and happiness.
She decides to give herself time and space to truly understand her feelings and intentions. Yoga studio. Evening. Michelle attends a yoga class, channeling her emotions into her practice. The calming atmosphere helps her center her thoughts.
Breathe into the present moment. Find peace within.
Her inner turmoil begins to settle, and she starts to embrace the idea of focusing on her personal journey. Michelle's apartment. Living room. Night. Michelle returns to her apartment, feeling more grounded. She sits down with her journal and begins to write, pouring her thoughts and feelings onto the pages. Coffee shop. Day. Michelle sits at the same coffee shop. Her phone buzzes with a message from James, expressing his understanding of her need for space and time.
I respect your decision. Take all the time you need. I'll be here if you ever want to talk.
She reads the message, grateful for James's understanding, and continues to sip her latte, feeling more empowered in her decision. The scene portrays Michelle's decision to focus on her own growth and happiness, learning from her past relationships and not rushing into anything new. It emphasizes her determination to stay true to herself and prioritize her well-being, indicating a positive step forward in her personal journey. Michelle's leap of faith and creative rebirth. Michelle's apartment, living room, night. Michelle sits at her desk, surrounded by sketches of fashion designs and business plans. Despite her initial success, she feels a sense of emptiness, wondering if her true passion lies elsewhere.
I've achieved success, but is this really what I want?
Coffee shop. Day. Michelle flips through her notebook filled with short stories and screenplay ideas. Her eyes light up with excitement as she realizes the joy writing brings her.
I used to love this. I should give it a try again.
Library. Afternoon. Michelle spends hours at the library, researching the writing craft, feeling a renewed sense of purpose.
You seem passionate about this. Keep at it.
Michelle nods with a smile, grateful for the support. Michelle's apartment. Living room. Night. Months pass and Michelle's apartment is now filled with pages of her written work. She takes a moment to reflect on her creative journey.
I never thought I could find so much happiness in writing again.
Coffee shop. Day. Michelle hands her latest short story to a friend she met at the cafe, who is impressed with her talent.
You should really consider sharing your work with a wider audience.
Film production office. Weeks later. Michelle meets with a film producer, pitching her screenplay idea for a movie based on her own experiences.
This is a compelling story. Let's work on making it a reality.
Michelle's heart races with excitement and nerves as her creative vision starts to take shape. Film set. Day. Months pass, and Michelle stands on a film set, watching her story come to life. She's a blend of emotions, proud, grateful, and nervous.
You did it, Michelle. Your story is powerful.
Michelle's apartment. Living room. Night. Back in her apartment, Michelle receives positive feedback from viewers who've seen her movie. However, even with her newfound success, something still feels off.
Why do I feel like there's something missing?
Spiritual center. Day. Michelle attends a spiritual gathering, seeking clarity once again. She meditates on her feelings and her journey, trying to uncover the source of her unease.
Sometimes the answers we seek come from within.
Michelle's apartment. Living room. Night. Michelle takes a moment of silence, reflecting on her creative endeavors and newfound success. She closes her eyes, finding solace in her own thoughts.
Thank you, God, for guiding me on this path, but I still feel like there's more for me to discover.
The scene ends on a contemplative note, symbolizing Michelle's ongoing search for fulfillment and purpose despite her achievements. It showcases her willingness to explore her innermost desires and her gratitude for the guidance she's received. James's reflection on Michelle's absence. James's apartment. Living room. Night. James sits on his couch looking at his phone that remains silent. He hasn't heard from Michelle in a while, and he starts to feel a sense of longing and confusion.
She's been so distant lately. I wonder what's going on with her.
He replays their last conversation in his mind, trying to make sense of the situation. Music studio. Day. In the music studio, James struggles to focus on his work. His thoughts keep drifting to Michelle, wondering why she hasn't reached out to him.
James, you seem distracted. Is everything okay?
I'm fine, just have a lot on my mind.
His coworker nods understandingly, giving him some space. James's apartment. Living room. Night. Back at his apartment, James sends Michelle a text, trying to break through the silence. James, text message. Hey Michelle, is everything all right? I miss talking to you. He waits anxiously for a response, hoping to bridge the gap between them. Cafe. Day. Days pass, and James finds himself at the cafe they used to frequent together. He sits alone at their usual table, feeling a pang of nostalgia.
I miss her so much. I wish I knew what happened.
He replays memories of their time together, wishing he could turn back the clock. James's apartment. Living room. Night. The silence continues, and James feels a mixture of frustration and sadness. He doesn't understand why Michelle is shutting him out.
Did I do something wrong? I just want to know if she's okay.
Music studio. Day. James throws himself into his music, using it as an outlet for his emotions. The lyrics he writes carry a hint of longing and uncertainty. Park. Afternoon. In the park, James takes a moment to reflect. He realizes that Michelle's absence has sparked a transformation within him.
I need to focus on my own growth and dreams, even if she's not a part of my life right now.
He decides to take charge of his own journey, not letting Michelle's absence define him. James's apartment. Living room. Night. James sits with his guitar, pouring his heart into a new song. The music becomes a form of healing, allowing him to find strength in the face of uncertainty. The scene portrays James's feelings of confusion and longing as he grapples with Michelle's absence. Despite not having answers, he starts to find his own strength and purpose in focusing on his music and personal growth. The scene hints at a turning point in James's life, as he begins to prioritize himself and his dreams, even without Michelle being a part of it for now. Rise Above the Noise Part 11. Season Finale. Michelle's Random Thoughts. Michelle's apartment. Living room. Night. Michelle sits on her couch, her mind filled with random thoughts about James. Memories of their time together keep resurfacing, and she finds herself unable to shake them off.
Why do I keep thinking about him? It's like he's always on my mind.
Coffee shop. Day. At the cafe, Michelle absent-mindedly stirs her latte, lost in her thoughts. Suddenly, she feels a rush of emotions, almost as if she can sense James's presence.
Is this what telepathy feels like?
She contemplates the idea, wondering if there's a deeper connection between them that transcends physical distance. Michelle's apartment. Living room. Night. Back at her apartment, Michelle decides to reach out to James. She picks up her phone but hesitates before pressing the call button.
Should I call him? What if he thinks I'm being weird?
She battles with her feelings, unsure if her thoughts are just coincidental or something more profound. Park. Day. Michelle takes a walk in the park, hoping the fresh air will clear her mind. Yet thoughts of James continue to swirl within her.
It's like we're connected in some mysterious way.
She can't ignore the persistent thoughts, wondering if there's an unspoken bond between them. Library. Afternoon. In search of answers, Michelle picks up books about telepathy and psychic connections. She reads intently, trying to understand what she's experiencing.
Fascinating subject, isn't it?
Definitely.
Michelle's apartment. Living room. Night. Michelle sits in meditation, seeking to quiet her mind. Yet the thoughts of James persist, like a gentle whisper in the back of her consciousness.
If it's telepathy, I hope he knows I'm thinking of him too.
Cafe. Day. Michelle decides to call James, trusting her intuition. As the phone rings, she feels a mix of excitement and nerves.
Hello?
Hi, James. It's me, Michelle.
The scene ends on a hopeful note, as Michelle takes a step towards uncovering the mysterious connection she feels with James, wondering if their thoughts are indeed intertwined through some unexplainable force. The scene portrays Michelle's curious thoughts and contemplation about her connection with James. The concept of telepathy intrigues her, and she wrestles with the idea of their thoughts being linked, leading her to take action by reaching out to him. The scene leaves room for a deeper exploration of their connection and the potential significance of their shared thoughts.